Good morning. Um, I was inspired yesterday and inspired from a lot of the work I've been doing lately about exploring either a symbol, an image, or a metaphor that might be really relevant to you today in your life. I first want to say that these live videos are about just offering you some opportunities to explore in ways that perhaps you haven't thought about, or, you know, you are just curious about movement exploration, dance explorations. So this is not in lieu of therapy. If something arises for you that feels that you need to be with a dance movement therapist, there are plenty of resources, and there's plenty of us who can offer even remote work, doing online work. So please, if you feel that you need more support, find that. I just wanted to offer that these are not meant to substitute for therapy or even be therapy, but it's just me as a dance movement therapist exploring some ideas that, since I have now, I don't know, 30 to 40 years of embodied experience with the practice of dance movement therapy, I feel that I have much to offer in the way of how one might explore. So one of these today is, finding, if there is an image, symbol, metaphor that's really speaking to you right now. I've had moments in my life where, for instance, when I lived in Sicily, Mount Etna became my muse. So the volcano, and I find a lot of symbols from nature, and that might be really work for you as well. And my most recent image is coming from our practice of physical storytelling. I made this deep feeling and connection in my body of, oh my goodness, right now I live by Marianas Trench. Marianas Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. So I'm feeling much more that my image, metaphor right now, or symbol is the abyss. And of course, many of you know I'm scuba diving now. So um, I can't go that deep in the water, but certainly it's a different kind of experience. So let's just come into a space, no matter how much space you have to practice in, finding ways to, whatever it is, to warm up your body. You may want to just do some gentle articulation of the joints, or a little bit of rolling through the spine. So, whatever it is that works for you. Some people like self-touch, tapping. Some people like to do a couple of yoga poses to warm up, or just oiling the joints. So a lot of what a warm-up is about is a space of readiness. So that space of readiness can be more than just physical. It can be emotional. It can be just trying to clear space in your busy mind around, many things that you have going on in your life. You're trying to balance, or tasks that you're going to attend to. So whatever helps you with the warm-up. We all have different ways. Sometimes it's, going into different rhythms, or sometimes shaking out happens, or feels necessary. So whatever it is, it's going to help you in that readiness space. Give yourself time to just find some space in your body. And as you're moving, you might want to just notice what's around you in your space. Often what we have in our space is what inspires us. So you might just want to look around your space. I've got on the bookshelf over here, you probably can't see. I've got little things I've collected from different places I've visited or lived actually. So reminds me of the travel I've done and where I've lived. So maybe you have little inspirational pieces around. I know there's a huge thing going on right now with somebody on Netflix, I think, about, cleaning out your environment and what brings you joy. Well, I'm a little bit of a collector, and some of these things really do bring me joy because they remind me of many things that I have lived in this life. So as you look around your space, you might see an object that inspires movement in you. Maybe there's like something I'm looking at right now are paperweights from Venice. So we lived in Vicenza, not far from Venice, for a year and a half, and it's that beautiful glass flowing. So remembering all the canals and just the feel of Venice. So that something in your environment can create an image or a symbol that you're living with right now. Or perhaps as you're moving, you begin to feel something inside of you, some kind of image or inspiration that is sparking and speaking to your movement. I mean, you can not perhaps, some of us, well, I don't know how many of us are visual or not, because sometimes images come through in other ways, in feelings or in, just sensations. So if you want to play with a movement pattern that's arising, you might just begin to say to yourself, what does it remind me of? And how is that speaking to me today? So you can perhaps come up with an image. Now, as I've said to you, Marianas Trench is my recent image. And when I went to a party recently, we created these little things, and I've got a mermaid that says dive deep for the treasures that you seek. And that speaks to my movement practices and my dance practices of really closing my eyes like an authentic movement, diving deep and taking on those metaphors that arise for me. So for me right now, since that abyss is quite alive, perhaps if I want to physicalize it here, I can say, well, here is the edge of the abyss, and maybe I want to just, move along the edge of the abyss. So whatever your image might be, perhaps you find like a pattern in the room or something that you can move around it and concretize it a little bit. I'm all for different ways that metaphors speak to us. There's the very abstract that we do in physical storytelling, but sometimes when we're working with clients, we want to get very, very literal and concrete because we really want it to, feed into the body to really feel it. So for me, if I'm on the edge of the abyss, it's that feeling of, whoa, what if I lose my balance and go in? So then I can move into that stability, mobility pattern of, if I move back, I've got a little bit more space between me and that abyss. If I move side to side, I'm more on the edge. So at the moment, I think I'm really courting that edge. And then if I want more stability, I can go down on the floor and live with it here. But I can certainly allow it to be, something that at the moment as I'm doing this, I'm feeling like I'm honoring and respecting and acknowledging that there's this huge, vast space and I don't know what might arise in it. So I'm feeling that I'm being grateful that this is a possibility and that I don't know everything or I don't have any idea if I was to dive deep in there what I might learn. So, and now for me, my movement is shifting into a little bit of a dive. So, and scuba diving and swimming, I know I can be buoyant, so the water really supports me. So maybe you have another image that uses some kind of element. So let that really speak in your body. So right now, I'm feeling a little bit of the swimming and diving deep. So I'm putting that in my body, and you may have something else that speaks to you at the moment. And just allow, just going to take a little time to play with that and see what arises out of that. So as you can see, I'm still on the edge, and I haven't quite gone in. And maybe that's all I want to be with today around that. So how does that really speak to you in your body? Maybe you have ideas of how you'd like to move with it in the future, or a curiosity about it. But maybe we don't have quite enough time to explore that with more depth today. However, whatever you're doing with your image, just allow that to begin to slow down. So you can find, at least for now, a satisfactory way to just acknowledge it, to sort of bring it in the body. I really sometimes like to really do the tactile acknowledgement about bringing it into the body, thanking the image for coming to me, your symbol. And sometimes we need to be with that symbol for a while. So it could be that once you do a little bit of movement exploration, you want to write about it, you want to draw about it, and sometimes that symbol is really important to you for a period of time. So you may just want to draw it and play with it for a while. So feel free to take on whatever metaphor, image, or symbol is arising for you, and whatever creative modality you feel like expressing that, give it, and you can have a dialogue with it. So I've been also inspired lately reading Sean McNiff's book about art is healing, because we are teaching a course on expressive therapies, creative arts therapies down at University of Guam starting tonight. So I'm in that kind of world at the moment. So feel free to play with your image, or maybe you need that image to hold you throughout the day, and it can be quite uncomfortable as well. So make sure that you get the support you would like. So thank you for joining me, and many blessings for a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful sleep wherever you are. Thank you.